To close our session, we will hear from Brian Becker, the National Director of the Answer Coalition, a founding member of the Party for Socialism and Liberation, and another convener for this event.
Sisters and brothers, the convening of this event is the beginning, we called it the inauguration of a process. And in my talk, I want to explain very briefly before we go to workshops what the significance is or the conception is of this particular tactic, the tactic of creating a People's Congress of Resistance. The goal of the anti-Trump resistance movement that is influenced by either the Democratic Party elites representing the neocon Wall Street establishment, or that section of the Democratic Party represented by its liberal wing, personified in Bernie Sanders. Their goal is to create more blue states out of red states. The goal of the People's Congress of Resistance is to make the red states really, truly red. And to do that, we have to make the blue states really, truly red. It is a completely and entirely distinctive and contradictory orientation. The Democratic Party, the conservative, centrist Wall Street wing, and the liberal wing seeks to mildly tweak the imperialist, capitalist system based on Wall Street power, the military-industrial complex, and the police state. And our goal is to smash that state and to build a new entity that truly represents the people, the working people of this country. That brings us to the question of the tactic, because the tactic has to be linked to the goal. But the tactic also has to be correct. It has to be understood. It has to match the reality of where we are at this moment. In order for us to carry out the political revolution as defined in the manifesto, and as Karina said, this manifesto must be the point of education around the country, in big towns, in small towns, on college campuses, in high schools, everywhere. But the point of the manifesto is to make the argument, and the point of the Congress is to make the argument that we cannot carry out a political revolution unless we have mobilized the millions and tens of millions of people who in fact need this program and agree with us. Small groups don't make revolution, the people make revolution. And the people can make revolution not simply because they are oppressed, because the people have been oppressed, are oppressed. There needs to be something else. There needs to be a shift in consciousness amongst the oppressed classes in society, not simply a recognition of oppression which already exists. We don't need to help working class and poor people understand anything about oppression. Everyone knows all about that. What we need to do is to grow as a movement. The Democratic Party is growing. They are promoting their program, which is elect more Democrats in 2018, and let the people of this country continue to genuflect before the institutions of monopoly billionaire power and ask for crumbs from their table. That's the orientation of the Democrats. Our position is this, that if the people believe that they should have the power, not just words in a constitution, but the idea that it should really be a government of, by, and for the people, the majority working people, then they will act in accordance with that. We don't want to be a lobby to the U.S. Congress. We want to replace the U.S. Congress with people's power. So what we have here is the beginning, the first step. What we've done is create a conveners group, which is a united front. You saw them in the first panel, representing all of the sectors, fighting day in and day out, and people will continue to do that. We don't need really to make sure that all of these struggles are happening. They already are happening. What we need to do is unite those struggles, bring them together, show solidarity, coordinate with one another, build on a national basis, and have a unifying political vision which is encapsulated in the manifesto, Society for the Many. If millions and tens of millions of people actually felt that the manifesto was their manifesto, it was their voice, if tens of millions of people felt that, this would create a power that would be irresistible and unstoppable by the cops or the army or any of the institutions of repression, because when the people know where they're going, when the people know what they're fighting for, when the people have a vision, they really are the power. And so in the next day, today, going from this session, we're going to begin building a system of organization on a nationwide basis where in our local areas, in our regions, in the North, in the South, in the Southwest, in the Midwest, all over the country, assemblies like this, convenings like this, the united front like this can take place over and over and over again, so that the People's Congress of Resistance Manifesto and this tactic and this concept becomes embraced by the people themselves. Are we willing, are we ready to take on a truly historic challenge? Again, not simply to protest, not to run and protest at every single moment, which of course we're doing, but to build and weld together the kind of movement with the kind of consciousness that can actually win. Are we ready actually to do that? I think we are. What do you think? Build the People's Congress of Resistance.